come with me to the city of Round Rock, Texas, in this brand new community called Sauls Ranch East. And the builder that we're hovering over is called Milestone Community Builders. Look how beautiful this model home is. And we're in the lovely city of Round Rock, Texas. This is a special little mini subdivision that used to be an old farm. Let me know if you know in the comments what farm this used to be. That a developer bought, and now we have these two builders. We have Milestone Community Builders, and I believe we have Trinity as well. So those are the only two builders in this community. And at the end of this video, I believe I have a drone shot of just how new it is, because there's still a lot. They just barely had the grand opening for this model a few weeks ago, so they still have a lot more available plots for sale. Now this is the M Signature series for Milestone Community Builders. So this is their top of the line, high end series when it comes to their new construction homes. And the floor plan we're looking at is called the Trinity floor plan. That's 4 beds, 3.5 baths, a little over 3,000 square feet, a 2-car garage. Went a little too fast there. And it's priced at a whopping $914,990 smackaroos. Now, let me pull up here because the sales rep did email me the latest incentives that I really want to share with you guys. So right now, this builder's offering 3% of the sales price towards closing costs. So that closing cost is a very broad term. They used to call it flex cash. They'll probably call it something else in a couple of months. But closing cost is meant for not just the closing cost itself, but to help buy down that interest rate. So if you're not an all cash buyer, I'm sure we can negotiate that to get it off the sales price. Or if you're doing traditional financing, we could use that to help buy down the interest rate as much as we can. So on the to be built, so the homes that are not ready now, they're going to be ready in the next 6 to 9 months, right? 2% of the sales price, so 1% less than the move-in ready now, to help pay for closing costs or buy down the interest rate, and on top of that, $30,000 in free home upgrade options. And on top of that, well, not on top of that, this is another incentive that I haven't heard yet quite like this yet. So employees of big major employers will receive an additional $2,000 towards closing costs. Now, because that's very open-ended, I'm pretty sure I can negotiate something. If it's not, if you're a medium or small, we could figure something out, especially now that I know that. So a lot of the homes available in this community that I've seen in their inventory are all at the high price point. I think the lowest I saw was, let's see here now, was in the low 800s. They have anywhere from, and that was 804,000. That's going to be ready sometime. It should be ready now because it's Q1 2024. And we're in Q2. And the most expensive one I see is almost rounding up to $1 million, 999,000. But these are big homes. I mean, we're talking 4 or 5 bedrooms. On the low end is 2,800 square feet. On the high end, it's 3,800 square feet. So, I mean, that's a lot of home. They have a few different floor plans here. And they have anywhere from 1 to 2 stories, just 2-car garage. I'm sure that's an option for a 3-car garage if you're looking for a to be built, if you're a car guy. And again, what is the quickest way? They have a low tax rate. That's one thing I forgot to mention. They were able to figure something out to tap into the utilities from the other communities surrounding. So that's why their tax rate is under 2%. That's really good. It's like 1.8, I think. And their HOA is 115, which is not too bad. And their HOA includes fiber optic internet, 1 gigabyte speed. That's pretty cool. I've seen the HOA. Some of that goes to like the lawn care, so like for those turnkey lock and leave communities, but never for internet, which is interesting. So, if this is a price point that you can afford, let's schedule a time to tour it and figure out what the incentives are and let me negotiate on your behalf to get you an awesome deal. If this is a price point way outside your budget, there are other master plan. I wouldn't say master plan, but there are other new construction homes in the city of Round Rock that are in the 400,000 to 600,000 range, right? And we're still in the city of Round Rock, Texas. And one thing about Round Rock, Texas is that where this is located, it's very central, right? All the newer construction is happening and being built on the east end of Round Rock, but there's not much to do there yet. Not yet, at least. So commercial is still catching up to the builders out there. But here, you're surrounded by everything. You're surrounded by Del Diamond, the Kalahari Resorts. You're next to Brushy Creek. I mean, you're close to all the conveniences, all the points of interest. So that's, I think, what makes this price. That's why it fetches this price point, because of how centrally located it is to the actual city of Round Rock, right? Even to downtown Round Rock, it's super close, right? So I think that's why it fetches that kind of price point. And this is Sauls Ranch East. Sauls Ranch is across the street. And if you look at the median home prices in that subdivision, it's very in line with what the builder's charging here. Now, am I saying there's no room to negotiate? There's always room to negotiate. You just have to know the data. You have to know the numbers. And that's what I do. That's why that's why you hire a real estate agent to negotiate on your behalf, because I keep a beat on these numbers and the pulse on the market. So I almost forgot this important point. So another great question I get asked from my buyers is like, hey, how's the home appreciation like? Is this a good area to invest in? Great question. So I ran the numbers for this zip code, for this where these homes are located, and the median price of a home in 2018 for this zip code, 78681, was $316,880. Fast forward to 2023, we're talking about $536,500. That's a 13.9% year over year home appreciation. That's pretty darn good. Double digits. Now, I say that just to give you an idea. This is no way, shape, or form guarantees any future results, but it is obvious it's an upward trend. And Round Rock, from everything I'm seeing, from how much, because Samsung's moving in really quickly here, in Taylor, Texas, which is not too far from Round Rock. It's just a little bit east of Round Rock, right? Taylor, Texas. Samsung is building one of the largest semiconductor facilities in America. And Round Rock was selected recently as one of the suppliers of Samsung that's going to support Samsung, and their semiconductor business is moving into Round Rock. And that was just recent news within the last month or two. And actually a second one, if I'm not mistaken, just declare that they're choosing Round Rock. And that just goes to show you, Round Rock, from a city perspective, from an infrastructure perspective, they are well built out already, right? And I actually attended a city update. So a part of my board is, and they're fantastic, Williamson County Board of Realtors. You guys are amazing, right? I love that you put on these city updates where you have the city mayor, you have the chief of police, and you have the superintendent, right? All in the same room, and they're talking about this Round Rock and what they have coming up and what they've done. And let me tell you, I need to do a video on that. Actually, I will do a video on that. That would be a good reason to subscribe, because, and this is a goal of mine for Q2 this year, which is to get with the superintendent for Round Rock and tour, because they have so much cool programs when it comes to the education and school system in the city of Round Rock. I was blown away. And it's hard. I can't even repeat it because it's so much. But I'm gonna get with the superintendent, and he's gonna show me around. I'm gonna probably get a group of my real estate agent friends to come with me, and we're gonna do a nice little tour. But I'm gonna get all that on video, right? So you can have a look. But in the meantime, hey, use the link in the description to schedule a one-on-one chat with me. That's usually the quickest and fastest way to get a hold of me now, because I'm always doing something. So if you call me, chances are I'll pick up, but we won't have a meaningful conversation. And then what's the point, right? So get in my calendar, schedule time to talk to me so we can figure out what your price point is, see where you're at on your journey, and seeing where I can be of best value. If you like all things new construction, please consider subscribing to my channel. I have a huge series just on new construction alone in the Austin area, where I'm touring master plan communities, all the different types of builders. There's so many out here, because new construction, for 2024, for 2025, and for 2026. As long as you're building new construction here in Austin, Texas, that is where the best deals are going to be made. Because these builders, because they have their own lender, they just have a lot more flexibility when it comes to the financing, and that period. So my name is Omar Pineda, your Austin realtor with eXp Realty. I appreciate you for watching. Smash that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you like all things real estate, Austin events. I got it all.